What's going on, everybody? It's MasterAquatics and I'm bringing you guys another video. So I just wanted to make a video about my silver platinum angelfish, how I got these guys, how long I've had them, and just go over their history and their timeline. And I'll even give you guys a little bit of history of when I started breeding and all that good stuff. So sit down and enjoy this video. So it all started with the 75-gallon tank that you see in front of you. I had a bunch of different angelfish. I also had some Danios and some Rasboras and lots of cool looking plants. I love this tank. It was my first big tank, and I managed to get a few pairs out of the angels that I got. This is the silver and gold pair. They mainly just fought. They hardly laid any eggs, and when they did lay eggs, the eggs would end up getting eaten. And this was all trial and error for me. I was desperately trying to breed angelfish. That is a 10-gallon tank that I used to have, and there were 7 fry in that 10-gallon tank, and I was doing my best to take care of these guys. For the first few months, I was killing babies left and right. I had to learn how to do sponge filters set up on my own. I also had to learn that Hikari first bites are not what you need to feed your baby angelfish. And out of all the learning process that I was going through, I ended up getting this pair right here, a platinum and a silver angelfish. And this is actually what I was trying to breed with the group of angels that I had. Not only did I get the pair that I wanted, I had additional pairs too. This pair was really great. I really loved having this pair. Out of all the pairs that I have currently and in the past, I would say that this pair was my favorite. For the longest time, they took care of their eggs really well. They were really good parents. That was up until they started to eat their eggs every time that they would, spawn for me. I'm not sure what started to get them to do that for me. I think it was just the amount of foot traffic in the area that their tank was in. And I've tried everything. I've tried covering up the tank. I've tried feeding them very well. I've tried a lot of different things, and I was never successful in preventing them from eating their eggs again. But nonetheless, they always managed to pump out lots and lots and lots of eggs. Like, the amount of eggs that they would pump out for me was just epic proportions. This pair was the only pair where I could easily get 500 eggs, and 500 plus eggs in their batches. And I didn't even have to feed them that well. Honestly, I think it's because this pair, I've had them for the longest time, and the longer that I had them, the more experience they gained in fertilizing and laying the eggs for me. So I think that was a big part of the reason why they were so successful and spawning big quantities of eggs for me. And I was really happy about that because the eggs were able to hatch for me, and I was able to raise lots of fry with them. I ended up having lots of silver platinum angelfish with these guys. It was like every week 500 eggs, and fortunately at one point I can only do so much with the babies because at the time I only had 3 tanks. I had a 20-gallon tank, I had a 75-gallon tank, and then I had a 29-gallon tank. And so that means not enough room to grow out all of these babies. I wanted to grow out all of the babies and just keep raising them and growing them out and then selling them on eBay, because if I would have done that, and if I would have took the time, and if I had the financial income to actually take care of these guys, I think I would have made a decent profit off of these guys. I mean, nothing to get me to quit my day job, don't get me wrong. The only way you can breed angelfish and quit your day job is if you are doing it like on a mass scale, meaning if you had like a warehouse and you had a bunch of tanks and you were doing this as a full-time job. That's the only way you would be able to make a big chunk of profit off of this. But as you can see, day and night, every day, I was working on these guys, making sure that they were taken care of, making sure that they had good water, making sure that they were fed all the time. And it was tough, because I had a full-time job. I was going to school part-time, and I had to take care of personal stuff. I would have to run errands, I would have to do this, I'd have to do that. So it was kind of a challenge just making time and just taking care of these guys. But nonetheless, I was somewhat successful in raising these guys. But with all batches of angelfish, you are going to get a few angelfish that are just not cut out to belong to fish owners out there, at least not to people that want to buy good looking fish. What that means is that, every batch that you're going to get a few bad apples. You're going to get a few fry that are deformed. You're going to get a few fry that their fins are not looking too good. You're going to get some that they have missing gills. They're just pretty much, you're going to get unsellable fish if you're trying to sell these fish. There's no point in keeping these fish, as cruel as that sounds. You don't want to have too many fish taking up space in your aquarium if you don't need to, because the more fish that you have in your aquarium, the more bioload increases into your tank, which causes ammonia and nitrates to spike. It's just not good overall for anybody. If you sell, an angelfish that doesn't look good, you're gonna upset the person you sold that fish to. They're gonna demand, a refund. They're gonna leave a bad review on your account, on your eBay, or wherever you sell your fish, Aquabid. So I ended up just keeping them because it was my first time breeding angelfish, and I just couldn't fathom like killing or culling, quote unquote, fish. So I decided to keep them, and these are my silver platinums when they were about 4-5 months old. It was really hard taking care of these guys. At the time, I did have my YouTube channel going, but I didn't have too many followers. I didn't have too many subscribers. I think I had maybe like 500, 600 subscribers. So it was really hard to sell these guys. And on top of that, my eBay account didn't have that many reviews on it. And so it was really hard to, start the selling process. And what that meant was I would have to keep these guys and raise them for a while. I tried selling them locally, on Craigslist, but, not too many people in my area were interested in angelfish, unfortunately. So eventually, I ended up, with time progressing, I ended up shipping out and selling these guys. And this was a lot of fun. I did have to work out the kinks and the process of shipping these guys because the United States Postal Service will not help you with this process. Matter of fact, they will try to rip you off. I hate to say it. I never bash anyone or say anything negative about a company or anything like that, but United States Postal Service, they will not work with you to try to sell your fish. Don't ever tell them that you're shipping live fish. That's a big no-no. It was fun because I loved, just the fact that I was able to create these fish and I was able to move them and sell them. And, a lot of people, when they got these fish, they really enjoyed the way these fish looked. And, a lot of people were telling me, oh, I want more. Do you have more? I need 6. I need 20. At one point, they started selling like hotcakes until eventually, all I had left were the ones that I didn't cull. And like I said, I didn't want to get rid of them because, I can't cull fish. It's not in me. I can't kill fish. I know I have a lot of videos on YouTube where, fish are dying and stuff like that, which, on another subject are personal things that I decided to share with you guys. Regardless of what people may think after seeing those videos of my fish dying or my fish dead, I don't have it in me to murder a fish, okay? So when I gave up my silver platinum angelfish for adoption to Petco or PetSmart, I did not think that I was doing a bad thing for those fish. I thought I was giving them a good home. I could have went to a local fish store. I could have gave them away to you guys. But in my mind, I was like, nobody's going to want these fish. And they're ugly. I mean, to me, on the outside, they're ugly. But on the inside, they were like my kids. Because I raised them. I grew them up. I took care of them. And I love those fish that I gave away to Petco and PetSmart. It was the hardest thing to do. But, I was ordering more fish. And I had to make room for my aquarium. I mean, what did you guys want me to do? I'm sorry I gave them away to Petco or PetSmart. Next time I'll keep in mind that there are people who watch my channel and that they would love to have some of my fish. So I'm really sorry people got upset when I gave them away to Petco and PetSmart. I did get them back. Unfortunately, they did not make it. It was my fault that they died. Anyways, that's the story of my silver platinum angelfish. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and have a good one. Bye.
Thank you, young God, for the blessing, ayy.